Get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Get it. We got Cannon. Holy Cannon. What up, boy? We watching. We watching. That's dope. That's dope. I love you both. I love you, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Got another one. What's popping? What's popping?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, man. Welcome on, man. We're going to just bust it wide open and get straight to it. How you feel?
So,
We're going to just bust it wide open and get straight to it. Nothing but to do it. So how you feel about modern day dating right now?
it's horrible. It is horrible.
Why,
It
why you
is.
think why you think that is? Is it social media, society, or why you think it is?
And I believe there's multiple factors. Social media definitely plays a huge role. I mean, within the last probably 10 years, social media blew up. And so, with that, of course, human nature, people see things and they want to become what they see. And so, and then you have Hollywood and the music and all of this other stuff that's coming into play. And you got the woman empowerment things going on. And oh no, he he didn't introduce me.
Don't worry about read. Don't focus on me. Don't worry about him. I know him. I
um,
know him. I know.
then you
Focus
got
on
the
me.
whole woman empowerment movement and all of these different factors that just plays a role in how dating has gone. I mean, and don't forget to mention that as a Black community, we struggle with that from the beginning, just because there's a lot at play for that as well.
Right, right. I do believe the feminist movement has took a play. The Me Too movement. You even got a movie called The Woman King. How the hell a woman gonna be the king if she a woman? See, this is the shit I be talking about right here, bro. This the
Honestly,
book.
it wasn't even. It was part of that. I haven't even seen it. But
Me
there's
either.
several reasons. There's several reasons why I didn't. Not even just because of that piece, but because that tribe that they actually did the movie on was one of the tribes that sold our people into slavery. So I didn't appreciate that either.
Right,
So
right.
there's that. Just a little tidbit of information, just in case y'all didn't know.
I'm gonna look into it though. I'm gonna look into it. Do you feel like with social media though, like people can't miss nobody no more with phones and stuff? Like right now, you can just call somebody
Absolutely.
whenever you call somebody when you want, FaceTime when you want. Back then,
Yes.
like 10 plus years ago, before 10 years or after so ago, you could miss somebody without calling, texting them. You feel like that kind of messed up that you
I
got
think
access to
so.
everybody.
I think so. I think it's twofold when you say that. I do believe there is a space to miss people. When they say absence makes the heart grow fonder, it's true. Like, when you back then, you came and you took somebody on a date or you courted them or whatever the case may be, and then maybe the next week you saw them. There was no I'm gonna call you every night, text you every day, all of that. And so, with that said, there is no space to miss that person. There's no space to process, and there's no space to really think about if this is the person, or if those conversations that we have really resonates. If the spirit, my spirit, resonates with your spirit, there's no time or space for that. Everything is like, right now, in a second. If you don't text me back immediately, then we have a problem. It's too much.
Right now, people play games texting like they'll see your message, or they'll play games that text you back 20 minutes, 30 minutes. There's all type of games going on right now with this
Oh yeah,
texting.
definitely,
Uh,
definitely.
right. Are you a person that rather talk on the phone, FaceTime, or see them in person type?
In
Like,
person, in person. I don't really care to talk on the phone very much in the first place. Well, partly because I'm not gonna lie, I run a business and a lot of my clientele call and text me throughout the day. And so if I'm dating or if I'm with someone, I don't want to do that. I'd rather see you in person. Plus, you don't get the entire experience unless you're face to face. Like I believe in the meeting of minds and the meeting of souls. Like you have to be in person for that. You can't get that over the phone or via text message.
right, right, right. Do you feel like with social media, people would feel like they got unlimited options?
Oh dear God, yes. Oh my goodness. So one of the things that really bothers me is that when I scroll on TikTok, I don't scroll too often. I do make posts, but I don't scroll too much. But when I do scroll, I see so many, like, You know, if it ain't you, it can be another one of my DMs is full. You know, I got men over here, I got women over here, and it's like, okay, you realize that if they hitting you in your DMs, they probably hitting 10 to 20 other people too. So it's everybody feels like they have unlimited people that want them, not even thinking about the caliber of people that they are. Just somebody over here want me too.
Right, right. I think a lot of women and people in general want validation. They're seeking it through social
Attention.
media. Yeah, yeah. This validation, they're seeking this clout chasing is disease though. This is serious right here. I think that's what's going on with it. How you feel about you? Are you a mother?
Yes, I have one child.
Now, how do you feel about women twerking on the internet and they have kids? Like I was scrolling on TikTok, I see a woman doing the good knees challenge, and she had a teenage daughter, look like about 12 or 13 maybe, and she has posting her
I've seen
children.
them.
Oh damn! You said what?
I've seen them.
I think he followed. But yeah, I see these women do this. Like, what's your thoughts on this right here?
Well, first and foremost, I don't agree with twerking on the internet, period. So that's a no. But then you have these young girls who don't even
She
understand
wasn't
that.
young. She was in her 40s. I mean, that's young, but this woman is pretty much mature. She's just too old for that shit.
Personally, I think you shouldn't be doing it, period. I mean, these are the same women that talking about they want husbands and they want to be, taken off the market, but you shaking your ass for the world to see. Like that's you don't think that that's inappropriate? And then you got your daughters or whoever these young girls are in these videos with you. You're teaching them the same thing, that it's okay. I'm not saying that having a good time isn't fun, but some things are private, some things are public, and I don't feel like you twerking on the gram or twerking for TikTok or whatever is an appropriate use of your time as a woman. Like that's just I think it's wrong. But then again, I'm not somebody that goes to the club either. I'm not somebody that does all of that. So again, I'm on a different side of the game than some people.
Right, you are very quite mature for your age, and I don't go to clubs either though. I'm definitely not a clubber person. And the sad part about it, they doing twerk vid. Like I seen this all the time, even back before social media was popping. I remember Soldier Boy had this big old song, "She Got a Dump," and I remember people were doing twerk videos on YouTube. And what was so sad
Mhm.
about it, I would see little kids in the background with their parents touching them on their ass while they doing this shit. And I'm looking at this shit
Mhm.
like, why are they twerking around kids or whatever and their babies or whatever? And why are they posting this shit? They was going viral doing YouTube before social media was popping back then.
Yes, agreed. Agreed. It's been a thing for me since it started, since the whole era of social media started and how you present yourself. Because personally, how I present myself in public is how I'm going to present myself on social media. Honestly, probably more so on social media because you're reaching more people. That's a whole. I mean, and it doesn't go away. You can't delete it. You can't get rid of it. This is who you are.
Right,
So.
right. And then the same women who saying they want husbands. See, I think nowadays, I feel like the word being a man, people are emasculating manhood right now. They're castrating the men because those same women are going to say like, or those same women who say they want husbands doing it. And if a man tell them, "Hey, baby, we can't be together if you doing it," they're gonna say he toxic or you're
Mhm.
misogynist when he telling you, "Hey, you can't wear that right there. You only be posting that right there. You shouldn't be doing
Yes,
that around the kid." But they gonna say he's the problem or whatever. That's why you got women like move. That's why you got woman king and the women out here goddamn slapping men upside the head and dictating relationships doing it because of this shit right here. They this is what they pushing in the new world order. I think. Though.
honestly, it's a lot. It's a lot. I was just having this conversation with a gentleman probably about a week ago, and he was telling me how in his previous relationship, the woman was upset about how he would tell her like, okay, no, we're going to this event. You need to put on something a little bit longer, something a little more appropriate or whatever the case may be. It wasn't disrespectful with it, but just like, this is not the time and space to wear something like that. And she threw a fit. And I was just like, well, why did she throw a fit? Like, I don't understand. And he was like, she didn't want to be told what to do. And I was like, well, I mean, if she was not dressed appropriately for the event and you were telling her not to dress like that because we got somewhere to be, what's wrong with that? You know, there's nothing wrong with somebody holding you accountable for what it is you got going on. Like,
This is the problem right now with modern day women. A kryptonite, like accountability, is kryptonite to a lot of women though, and this is
oh
what I'm
yes,
starting to
for
see.
sure.
And a man being a man, stepping up, they can't handle it. So they'd rather be with somebody that they can control and they can use. This is what I'm starting to see with modern dating right now. It's
Yes,
not really about who they love. It's about who they control and who they can get over. It's all about the go along, get along gang. I feel like it's all about what we like and what they pushing. They're pushing this, right? And I see they're only pushing this on black women too. They ain't pushing this on
yeah.
white women or none of that.
Mhm.
Because all the other races know they need their man. Only person I see who twerking on TikTok, these women with their kids, are black women. They're black. That's all I see.
Unfortunately, yes.
I don't understand it. Then you tell them about themselves. You know, they're saying it's the media doing it. The media ain't making you post that bullshit. It's not the
No.
media. It ain't slavery. They always want to say it's slavery. They always want to use the media. Well, white people do it too. People got to stop. I hate when people say that too. Well, white people do it too. Yeah, white people may be doing it, but we talking about your ass though doing it. You see what I'm saying? So that's
Facts.
the right there. I think with dating right now, it's about. I feel like dating basically about to be prostitution. You feel like that?
You know what? I literally just said this to one of my homegirls. I was like, right now, it feels like it's very transactional. It feels like, well, and the sad part about it is what I'm seeing is because even with the men that approach me, they're approaching me with the sense that I have my hand out, and I'm like, but I don't. Like, it's not that I'm just so I don't need a man. It's not that. It's just I'm not coming with problems. I'm not coming with a sob story. I'm not coming with my hand out asking somebody to pay for me to get my hair and nails and all that stuff done. That's not who I am. But for whatever reason, this is what it's come to. And I'm not blaming the men for coming to me that way, even though I don't present that way. I'm not blaming them, but I'm blaming the fact that most of the women around, that's how they come. They come with, if I'm about to do this, then you got to pay me in some way.
Oh, that's what social media. That's what the city girls talking about. Megan Thee Stallion. That's basically what dating is right now. It's about having sex, or you do this right here. I have sex with you for that. That's what it's about. I was just having a conversation. I think with my mother. I said dating right now is about having sex. It's all about money or look good. Who got some money
Mhm.
or who look good. There's no in between. There's no if she a nice person or he a good person or whatever. It's about who got some money and who can pay my bills. The music is
Exactly.
promoting this. The social media is promoting this. They talking about if you can't buy your birth and send them back to the streets. What the hell? Yeah.
Yes, that's what they're talking about. You know what's so interesting is that there's a singular guy that I'm talking to right now, and he is so shocked that I have not asked him for anything. And we've been talking for about a month now. And he is so shocked. Like he was like, "You haven't asked me for anything." I'm like, "For what? What?
Right.
That's not until I'm your wife, you are not responsible for me. That's not your job.
Right.
Until you
Right.
choose me to be your wife, you are not responsible for
But,
my well-being.
but
You are the man, and I'm here to show you who I am as woman. And if you decide that I'm wife material, then that's what we do. But past that, I'm not. I don't have my hand out.
But that's what I think that was going on right now. And those same women who have their handouts or whatever, when you approach them like that, they talking about they want respect and all this, but they're presenting
Mm.
themselves as prostitutes though. That's basically what it is though. Have exchange for sex for money is prostitution by the letter of the law. So that's what it is though. But the music is doing that, and they look up
Oh
to these
yeah,
girls, and they look up to these girls, the city girls, Megan Thee Stallion. They look up to Lotto. They look up to them. So this is their idols right here. You know when they see this shit. So
it's
that's
so
why I think.
sad. It's so
I,
sad. It really is. It's because they're literally devaluing themselves
oh yeah, they
by
definitely
doing that.
value themselves. Would you say music is one of the worst and bad influences on dating too right now? Like music has a huge part into it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, think about it. You got these, and I'm not trying to be funny, but you got a lot of these female artists that are coming from strip clubs, coming from prostitution, coming from these spaces, and they getting wiped up. And the music that they talking about, all they're talking about is shaking ass and running niggas for money. Like that's really what they're doing. Like that's what they're talking about. Now I don't know if they live that lifestyle in real life now currently, but their music reflects that this is who they are. I mean, from the way they dress, from the way they speak, how they carry themselves, how they talk about men, like It's crazy to me, and I'm like, wow, y'all some users.
It's
Like,
like I don't know if they're living like that in real life because see what the problem is, the rappers are putting on an image to sell records.
oh,
They're doing what the
absolutely.
label tell them
They
to
know
do.
what they're gonna. They know what the people are gonna buy and what they're gonna listen to and stream.
Cassette sales, drama sales, and talking shit about men sales.
Yes,
So this
absolutely.
right here sells a lot. So this is what they do. Now I don't know if they do that in real life, but this is what they said by selling their soul because you're going against morals for money. And this is
Mm-hmm.
what's going on though. I think that's what's going on. The music. I don't think black people are separating music from reality well. I don't
Oh
think that.
no, oh no, they're not. They're not. There's a reason why I don't listen to certain music now. First of all, it's low vibrational. Not even gonna hold you. It's not something that I can really vibe with anymore, for real. When it comes across my YouTube, playlist or what, not playlist, but you know how when you just playing automatic or whatever, and it come across, I gotta skip because I don't resonate with the lyrics. But as far as like the way that music has influenced us over the years, that's always how it's been. That's
Right.
always how it's been. I mean, from when they was talking. I mean, they still talk about selling whatever, but it's not so much anymore. They're now talking about shaking ass and getting money from men, and how can we finesse a man, and woman empowerment, and we the prize, and we this and we that. And I'm like, man, y'all really got the game twisted, huh?
Yeah. How you feel about married women twerking like Cardi B's, Megan? I mean, not Cardi B. I said Cardi B. Who else? Sierra twerking. Beyonce twerking. Like you got these married women twerking. Like I think I was just seeing something with Cardi B. No, Sierra a couple months ago was twerking at the gas station.
Yeah,
She's twerking like she's 18 years old again, like she first came out. How you feel about this shit though? Do you feel like that's
that's an
appropriate?
absolute no. If you're single and you are in pursuit of a mate, then no, you shouldn't be doing those things. But especially when you're married, there are certain things, like I said, that should be reserved for you and your husband, you and your household. Like I wouldn't have no problem twerking for my husband, but I'm not twerking for nobody else. That ain't for them. That's for him. If you giving everything to the world, what is left for your husband?
Right, right. And Cardi B did come from a strip club life. And you know what the funny part about it is? I got to say this. Cardi B went viral couple years ago for talking about how she was drugging men.
Yes,
She had
I
men
saw
having
that.
sex. Wait, let me finish. Let me say this because I need everybody to know what I'm talking about. I know you probably know, but I'm gonna say this.
Mhm.
Cardi B went viral 2 years ago talking about she was drugging men, having sex with them in hotels, and they was having sex with transgenders, and she was robbing and stealing from them, and nobody said anything about her. They was clapping her on. This woman empowerment movement is very lethal and dangerous. Nobody said nothing. She had those men had sex with transgenders, other men, and she was robbing them, and nobody said nothing. She was doing what she had to do. That was her excuse for this, which was unexcusable. She said she had to do what she had to do for studio time and money, but nobody said nothing. But let me ask you this question: did you hear about that story? I want to say.
Yes.
Okay, so I just want to know if Drake was drugging women and raping women and saying he was doing what he had to do. Would you feel like the media would have been receptive of this?
Hell no, absolutely
Bill
not.
Cosby went to
He
jail for
just went to
something.
jail in his 80s for the
And
same stuff.
for something that happened 50 years ago when all the women came there and fucked him. And like he was taking them in the van and making them come to
Mm-mm,
his house and hold them against their
mm-mm.
will. They
They was coming
willingly
in here.
drove to this man's house and came there. They knew what was up. Cardi B went up there. Ain't nobody said nothing in the comments. I'm like, ain't nobody said she was wrong. Nobody said she belonged in jail.
Mhm.
It was clapping her on, saying, you go, girl. She had to do what she had to do. Nobody said nothing. But yet they say there's no sexism in the world. Shit, get out of here, bro. This female empowerment is going out of control. Cardi B admitted that breaking the law, committing crimes, and drugging men and having sex with transgenders. Nobody said nothing. But you know why they didn't say nothing though? Because it's all about who we like. They like Cardi B. Cardi
Mhm.
B is relatable. It's all about what they like.
Mhm. I agree.
I just don't understand it. I said, how in the hell did Bill Cosby go to jail for this? but she is walking around talking about what she had to do, and she was crying on social media. You know, when women cry, that's another thing right there. But everybody just the world stops when women cry on the internet, though.
The world stops. You heard what I said. Every woman got a sob story. That's
Oh yeah,
I
oh
can't
yeah.
stand it.
I
I
just did
can't
a you.
stand it. I
Mm-hmm.
cannot stand it. That's one of the things that bothers me so much, and probably part of the reason why I don't really have a lot of women friends. I really don't have women friends for real in general, but um, part of the reason that is because everybody has a problem. Everybody has a sob story. Everybody wants to, be coddled, and it's like, okay, but everybody has problems. Like nobody's exempt from life happening. Nobody is. So why is it that your issue is bigger? Why is it that your problem is bigger? And let's just be 100. Let's just be 100 with it. I'm gonna speak for myself because I can't do that for everybody else. I work from home. I have a studio in my house. You're kind of in my studio right now. I don't have to face the outside world. Not like that. So when it comes to a man, especially a black man, I feel like they have so many other things and so many other pressures that I will never have to experience. And so for me, it's like how is it that your sob story is so important for to go run and tell a man and be crying and all over the place with it? Now, if somebody die, okay, got it. Something real critical happens, I got that. But you crying and complaining because, oh, I can't pay my phone bill.
Hey, that's your damn problem. And I did
Right.
a YouTube video on that. And it's funny because I just did a YouTube video on that talking about it. Guys, do not fall for the sob stories and cry because guess what? Everybody got a story to tell. Just
Everybody.
because she cannot pay her bills, that does not give you the excuse to pay her bills for you. That does not warrant for you to do it. Do not do it. Don't try to be no good guy because there's a guy that she's fucking that ain't paying her damn bills and she ain't
Thank
requiring him
you.
to do it. But she's
Thank
going to try
you.
to take your kindness for weakness and try to use it to you. Guys, I just did a video and I'm about to drop it later tonight about this. Don't believe this shit. Don't believe nothing that they tell you. Don't believe anything.
Let them show
Don't
you.
pay.
Let them
Exactly.
show you. Let
I
them
don't
show
care.
you. I believe that 100%. Show them. Let them show you who they really are. Let them. Let them be who they. Because, like I said before, as a woman, I feel like because the type of the caliber of men that I am interested in, and the ones that come from me, and the one that I'm talking to currently is a certain level. And so I came in with the understanding that, okay, I see what you have to offer. I see who you are. Men are not very complicated, not to be funny, but y'all aren't very complicated. And so with that being said, it's my job to show you who I am, to see if I fit in where whatever your I won't call them weaknesses, but whatever the things that you lack as a man in your masculinity, does my femininity fit in with that? If that's the case, then okay, then it's your decision if you want to wife me or not.
Well,
But past that, I really feel like women think that they're supposed to sit back, look pretty, and just be like, well, give me what you got because I'm this.
right, right. And a matter of fact, it's so crazy about it though. Like, I think it was a woman, a white girl just went viral recently. She's saying she's too pretty to be working. I don't know if
What?
you've seen the video. She said she was too pretty to be working. Like
In
women
this
feel like
economy?
because you said what?
I said in this economy?
I don't know how them bills gonna get paid. With the way the world looking right now, people gonna be working till they die. I don't
Period.
understand this shit. And she was
That's
saying,
it.
and it's like the level of arrogance and self entitlement that she was experiencing in this video. It shows you that how fallen and how we sunk into society. That she feel like because she looked good, like and first of all, everybody look good to somebody. So just because
That's
you
a
think
fact.
you look good doesn't mean any damn thing. And if you feel like you should get paid for your looks, you might as well go join the beauty pageant or be a porn star.
Something.
If you feel like you should use your looks for beauty. I don't never understood that though. But yeah, that just went viral right there. So that's where we at right now. Women feel like their beauty should be monetized. They feel like they're supposed to be monetized for their beauty. Like ain't nobody gonna look good forever though. The same way you look at 20, you're not gonna look at when you're 31. Or the same way you
Hmm.
look when you're 30, you're not gonna look that same way at 45. Everybody looks change. You know, you can get in a car accident, all your looks can go away. Because the looks is very fickle. Uh, that's where we at right now. And I think another story is like, I think I remember one girl, she was saying her brother paid for a girl's car note. And he wanted to try to go on a date with her. She took that money and went on a date with another man. See how they women use these sob stories? They use one story to be with another guy and get help another guy out for it. They help, yeah.
Boy.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
boy, that's tough.
yeah.
That's tough.
She was on a date with another man.
That's the
It
mm,
happened. Yeah,
mm.
man. That's why I'm going hard with this YouTube channel about it though. Right now, about it. It happened. Like I had that story too. Somebody told me that before. But who you feel like the prize in the relationship though? The man or the woman?
Oh, the man.
Okay. And why you feel like that?
I feel like the man is the prize, but the woman is the enhancement.
Mm.
I just put
Okay.
that on my TikTok earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
I literally just said that. I said I feel like the kings are the prize and the queens are the enhancement for sure.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. Do you feel like we're protecting the women so much? Nobody's protecting the men because statistically, all statistics I read, men are attacked more in adult and more violent crimes are done towards men than women. Only thing except rape, but more men are being raped in prison. Nobody talks about that in the media or the
Oh
news.
yeah, for sure, for sure. My
So,
dad worked in the prison system for over 20 years, so I understand that concept. Um,
mm.
but I'm sorry, what was your original question? Because I kind of got lost in the.
Well, basically, what I'm saying, who you feel like should be protected more, men or women? Because I don't feel like the men are being protected more.
I feel like I won't say that one should be protected more than the other, but I think there should be more effort put in from the woman's side at this point. I think the protection should be equal, but it'll look different on both sides. Like the protection I'll give an example, like the protection that I would give to my husband or my man or whatever the status is would be okay, when I'm out in public, whether I'm with him or I'm not with him, I'm dressed in a way that isn't going to, I'm already going to draw attention. Not trying to be funny, but as a woman, you already draw attention. But if you draw the unnecessary, unwanted attention, a lot of times it has to do with how you're dressed and how you're presenting yourself. So the one of the ways that I protect my man is I dress appropriately in a more modest way. I'm not saying you can't be sexy, but there's a way to do that. And that's protecting him by not having to step in front of me and deal with some man trying to step to me. That's a way for me to
It's
protect
crazy.
him.
Right, right. I mean, good job. But I gotta say this too. I just feel like why are couples nowadays I see going to the club? I see that a lot on social media. Why, if
Oh, I
y'all
don't
see
know. I
that
don't
going to the
know.
club,
I
and
look.
and then the guys are, I ain't gonna say allowed, but they leave the house with their woman, they so-called girlfriend, and she dressed half naked with her whole ass cheeks out. And I'm like, guys gonna try to holler, guys gonna try to touch her ass, whatever the case may be. These hornballs gonna try to do it, and then you decide to go with her, and you decide to make it like I don't get it type shit. You already know it's gonna be some problems, especially at the
But
club.
you know what I think that is? You know what I think that is? I think it's because a lot of men have gotten to a point where they're just like, you know what, I'm not gonna say nothing. Because if I say something, it's gonna be a problem.
You know what? You need to fucking leave.
I agree. I 100% agree with you. But I'm just telling you what I feel is happening. I think a lot of men are now settling in that space because I don't think you should, but I think a lot of men are settling in that space because it's like either I'm a have this woman who is giving me some that's cooking for me, whatever she's doing that's keeping him there. I'm just not gonna say nothing because it's gonna be an argument. It's gonna
You
be a
know,
problem,
that's the
and but here's the other part. Here's the other
mhm.
part.
Yeah.
I'm not, again, it's not in, I don't blame men. I'm not saying this is the case, but some of them are getting the women that dress like this already,
Hmm.
and then they want to dictate past that. And again, a woman shouldn't dress like that in the first place. That's my opinion. But if you go for a woman that is dressed a certain way and you meet her at a club and she dressed with her booty out, she dressed with it, titties all out, everything is just out, and that's the one you choose the wife, you got to understand that she's not going to change how she dresses. She's not. And if you try to change that, she's not going for it.
Right,
It,
right.
it's,
Let me
it's
right, and that's when I got to interject right now. I got to interject this. That's a good point right there you made. That's a great point you made because when I started to realize is that a lot of people are trying to change people, and how you meet somebody is how you gonna lose them. Like you got
mm-hmm.
women trying to change men, men trying to change women. You got women trying to change these so-called bad guys, and these guys trying to change these hoes into housewives. These housewives and hoes. It just doesn't work that way because I remember I had one chick on my pod recently though, not too long ago. I seen her. I'm getting some food at the getting some wings, getting some food or whatever, And this chick had on booty shorts outside the club, and she said she had a man. And I'm thinking to myself, for him to be with this type of woman, he had to have been a weak-minded guy, and he's scared to be alone. So many guys and people are scared to be alone, and it's
Yes,
terrible. They're putting up with bullshit that they don't
yes.
have to. They're settling with
You really don't
bullshit.
have to. But the whole thing is, and this is when I was discussing this with one of my homeboys. He's literally family, and I was telling him, I was like, you keep asking like, where the real women at? Where the women? The real women are at the grocery stores. They're going down the fabric softener aisle. They're not at the club. You keep going to the club and getting these girls. What do you think? Who do you think they
He
are?
ain't looking for no real woman. For him to go to the club every weekend and do all that and turn up and get lit, crunk, whatever you want to call it, he ain't looking for no
That's
damn
what
real
I
woman. He
said.
just talking. He just want to talk. He just want to have
That's
something to
that's
talk
what I
about.
said. That's what I
That's the,
said.
that's the
I was like,
same women.
it's a lot of us out here. It's just that you're not going to find us in spaces where the hoes are. We don't associate with hoes. We
But but
don't.
the, but the funny part about it is it's so crazy because women are having conversations probably right now as we speak, twerking their ass, shaking their ass on
Oh yeah.
OnlyFans
What is
and
it?
twerking.
Saturday night? Oh,
And they
you know
talking
it.
about where are the good men at? Why do I keep running to the same man? Why is this happening to me? Why is my life like this? I need somebody to come save me and pay my bills. See, they having
Hmm.
these ridiculous conversations like that because of the lack of the immaturity. They have to grow up and mature. And just because you get older don't mean you get mature. A lot of people are older,
Oh
but they're
no.
stupid.
There's a lot of grown girls and a lot of grown boys out here for sure.
I'm witnessing this. I'm seeing grown women. I see grandmothers on TikTok in booty shorts, and their grandchildren are taking pictures of them and holding the camera while they twerk. I don't understand this shit right now. This is sickening.
That is absolutely absurd.
This is.
Absolutely absurd.
I am perturbed by this shit right now. Like,
Yeah,
I am
you and me
perturbed by
both.
this.
You know what? You know why it perturbs me from a different perspective? It perturbs me because it gives us as women that are out here, that are good women, that are real women, bad names. It
And
gives
the
us
sad
bad
part
names.
about it is she was married too. From what she said, she's married. She's a married woman doing this right here. And this is what I feel like too. Let me say this. I feel like a lot of the older women feel like they're in competition with younger women for some reason. Same way with guys too. It's like the old. It's like a clash. It's not like
Hmm.
a mesh. Like I remember before the older generation would try to help the younger generation, but now
We don't do that now.
the older women feel like they're in competition with the younger girl. I know why the man the younger girls want. That's what they're going after the same type of man. That's what the problem is. That's why they feel like they're in competition with them. And vice versa with the
That's
men,
sad.
they feel like they want them young girls, the young boys want. You see what I'm saying? This
Yeah,
this this is like it's not but a dick swing contest. This shit right here.
that literally, everybody's this is why I stay in my bubble, because I am not. I compete with no one but myself. That is
So,
it. I compete with the woman in the mirror, and honestly, it's just about being better than I was yesterday. That's it. I'm not worried about who got who, because if he yours, then he's yours. I'm not interested. But what's mine is mine. That's
right,
all.
right,
That's
right.
all. And I stay in
That,
my lane. I'm not trying to go outside my lane. For what? For
oh,
what?
but you feel like with social media in the foolishness that it caused, do you feel like it caused like depression to some sort, like mental health problems?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because think about it. If you in your mind know you are here and you see all these, as a woman, like I said, I can only speak from the woman's perspective. As a woman, if I'm here and then I see all these other women, quote unquote, bad bitches, and if I'm weak minded, I'm looking at them and then I'm looking at me and I'm seeing that I'm not on their level, maybe looks wise. I may have surpassed whatever they got going on outside of that, because we don't know their lives. We just see them when they post, when they look their best, when they're, whatever it is. But if I was a weak-minded woman and I'm looking at these quote unquote bad bitches and I see that they titties sitting right, their hair on point, the skin is flawless, her nails always done, hair, everything is right. If I'm weak, I'm gonna be jealous of that. And jealousy can lead to depression if you see it too many times, if it's on repeat. You scrolling, or let's say you single and you seeing all these happy couples and they getting married, people getting engaged. Of course, you're gonna feel a way about that if you're weak minded. You're gonna feel a way if you're not self aware and in tune with self. You're gonna be like, dang, it's not my turn yet. When is it gonna be my turn? When is it gonna be my turn? That type of deal. So yeah, social media can definitely cause depression. It can definitely cause some mental health issues. I don't think it can cause, excuse me, a mental illness, but it can cause mental health
Right,
issues.
right, 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 right. And I was gonna just add to it. I'm gonna just piggyback off like you got people who you got this woman who want this man over here and he want this woman over here. They in the relationship and she in debt to her neck and he paying for stuff he can't afford, trying to live up this lifestyle of masculinity. So you got people both fronting on both sides. There ain't nobody showing their true self and their
Mhm.
true colors or whatever with
Nobody
social
want to
media.
talk about that though. Everybody want to put on a show for social media, but
Like
don't nobody want to, actually be real.
right.
I have always said, I promise you, when I do get married, I'm gonna just pop up married. Like you will not see my dating process. You will not see, even with someone, the person I'm talking to now, you won't. No, nobody see that. Don't nobody need to see that. That's not anybody's business.
No, right. With that being said, I don't believe people should post their relationship on social media. But I feel like back to social media though. I don't want to make this too long this video, but I feel like with the social media thing, people want to be celebrities so bad. This word celebrity that was
Mhm.
created by society. The society has created this word celebrity, and people are trying to use their platform to live up to this. That's why you see everybody with these fancy cars, but you ain't see that all the tires went flat, and they living off credit cards or whatever or
That
goddamn
part.
the engine blew out. They taking Uber, but they ain't got them in the fucking rental car taking pictures and shit. Nobody's showing the true stuff behind the scenes
Yep.
anymore. They're putting up
Yep.
this fraud. I just figured out the other day. I was having a conversation with somebody at work. You can buy Jordans now off credit. You can put a down payment on some Jordans, and they can send you the fucking
Not a
Jordans back.
down payment. Not a down payment.
I
Are
said I
you
couldn't fucking
serious?
believe this shit. I said now all these niggas gonna be fake balling on the net now.
That-
Everybody about to feel like they fake balling now. This shit is ridiculous.
oh
The,
my
these
God.
bitches out here buying fake lashes, putting it on credit. Niggas buying fake J's and outfits on credit. It's reverse layaway this shit. I said, oh my fucking goodness. Niggas are spending $100 down on some J's. Ain't gonna have the Jordan ship. The Jordans cost $300 or $400, but they gonna buy them. I said the world fucked up now. I said this shit out of control. This
I
fake it till
have
you
never, but I don't buy Jordans. I don't really do tennis shoes like that unless I'm working. But um, what? I've never heard that before.
yeah.
Never have I heard that
This
before. That is
this is
insane.
this is where we move in society right now. This is where
Keeping
we
up with
moving in.
the Joneses,
This
keeping up
shit
with the Joneses. And now
okay.
it's like on an exponential level at this point because, like you said, social media has now pushed it to such a high point that if he got it, I gotta have it. If she got it, I gotta have it.
Yeah,
For
everybody
what?
want everybody girlfriend, everybody wants somebody man until
You,
you with
if
that person and
everybody,
you ain't.
you know what I've noticed also with women, everybody wants to look the same.
Oh, guys want to look the same too. Guys want to drive the same car. They want to get the
I didn't know
same
that part,
girl.
but I just knew from the woman's perspective, everybody's starting to look alike to me.
Oh yeah,
Everybody.
it's the
I,
same
I
way with the guys. It's the same way with the guys. I gotta speak on it too. Guys want to look the same, get the same car, dress the goddamn same and shit. Get the same chicks after. It's just a terrible process. Everybody want to be somebody else and not be themselves no more. They put up this front on social media. Everybody living this perfect life. Everybody with these perfect haircuts. On social media. Everybody get their hair did and post, and everybody balling. If everybody lit or whatever, but I don't know, man. But society says otherwise. The stats say otherwise. That over 70% of people are living check to check. They only have enough money in their bank account to make it past one check. That's what the stats say. So
yeah,
everybody can't be balling like they say they do.
absolutely,
So
absolutely, 100%
yeah,
agree.
so
Nobody
yeah,
wants to live their real life.
yeah.
Nobody
I
wants to
think
live their real life.
a lot of it's like,
I'm not the person to do that. I'm not about to stunt for any type of social media platform. What you see is what you get. When I come on, most of the time, and I'm sure you've been in my lives before prior to this last one, when I come up there, I'm barefaced. I'm not, when I go out places, when I go somewhere, I'm probably may throw on some makeup or whatever, but I'm barefaced. You're gonna catch me in what I dress in, how I dress every day. You're not gonna see me done up just to be on a TikTok. No, it's social media. I'm not gonna do that. That's
right.
silly.
But this is my thing right here though. Like they got a song called "Living Your Best Life" or whatever. But it's
Oh
really
yeah,
people living their best life. People out here living best lives out here. People out here
that's
lying like
lies.
motherfuckers.
I
They're
like
living
that.
their best lives. That's what's going on right now. Who you feel like can have sex more easier, men or women?
Who can have sex easier?
Yeah.
Mm. Personally, I feel okay. So the way I see it is, there's any female can get it. I feel like any woman can get. It's ugly chicks out here that's getting it. It's back to back if they want it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, I'm not trying to be funny, but and I'm not saying they all vagina is the same, but it ain't too much difference. It ain't a whole lot of difference. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think that. So I feel like women can get it more, but I feel like men are more. They should women should be more selective, but men are a lot more like they have a harder time.
Yeah, absolutely. And for some reason in the black community, though, this frivolous sex thing, the media is pushing this on the black community. I feel like they're pushing it on more on the black community than ever. These black dating coaches, all this PU, all these scam artists on the internet, they're pushing this right here. All I see right here is frivolous sex, twerking, and rappers and motherfucking black folks want to be rappers. That's all they're
Yeah,
pushing on us. Is
I hear.
sex.
I hear
This is
more
all
about
black folks are good
stimulating.
for. I was just on TikTok the other day listening to some black girls in college, I think, talking about like they were talking about sex the other night. They were talking about which guys can fuck better, some shit. This is what black folks are good for. Fucking. It's all good for. Fucking.
I
They was
look. I'm gonna be 100 with you. We are all adults. We are all grown. Everybody has needs, so to speak. But you need to be selective. I feel personally, as I've said before, be selective, especially as a woman, with who you decide you want to give that to. Because again, ugly bitches is getting it too.
Oh yeah, with
So
society, because the cost of pussy has skyrocketed right now. Is at an extremely high rate right now. The price of pussy is astronomical at this moment right now. It has risen by supply and demand now
mhm.
because of the dating apps. Fat a girl 500. I just read the statistics. 500-pound woman is having way more sex than the average man. I just read a statistic the other day. More women are sexually
Whoa.
active right now than ever. There's more guy versions than female versions. There are more guy versions. The ages of 18 to 35, there are more women sexually active than ever, and there are less men at a statistic rate lower. That's less sexually active as men in the first time in history. That's why you got movies like Woman King, because women feel like with their sexual liberation, they can have sexual prowesses. They can do whatever they want.
See, that's the thing for me. Like, I don't think women realize like that's a exchange of energy, man. Like that's, you don't just do that. Like you literally are taking on that person, like who that person is. You letting somebody inside your body. Like that that's not something to take lightly
That, that's
at
why the black
all.
that's why the black community, we got 72% of kids out of wedlock right now because of this. Because they're listening to Megan Thee Stallion, they want to do the good knees challenge. They want to do that. But you know what I realized with them? I think I got one more before I let you go. You know what I realized with these challenges? Like they had what the other challenge was? I forgot the other challenge. They were doing the watch out challenge, but they got the good knees challenge. That's the one that's trending. But I never see nothing positive on the internet. Like, post your kids graduating high school, show good credit challenge, or, showing property and land challenge, or, who got
Yeah.
LLCs and business challenge, who's, got, who's going somewhere. I never see these good challenges. I only see about twerking challenges. Where's the positive, though? That all we good for was twerking. And most of them was black women doing the good knees challenge.
Yep. So nobody needs to know how good my knees are, except the person that I'm with. That is not for anybody. That's nobody else's business. Like, I don't know. That's just me though. I just feel like certain things are supposed to be reserved for a relationship, for the person that you're with, especially as a woman. Like, you don't give all of that to everybody, because then again, what is sacred to him?
That's
What's
why
special to him?
That's why a lot of guys I feel like gonna be backbeaters and just blowing women back house, because what is the point of getting married? Because she done gave that pussy to everybody. Ain't nothing sacred no more. Ain't nothing really sacred. Ain't nothing is worth the while. She done have sex with everybody, and what the hell you gonna marry that for? So that's like, That's how I look. And you got songs like "Fuck Nigga Free" going on and "Nut Quick."
Oh my
That's what's
God.
driving the black community right there. And these women are dancing in the club, twerking to it. "Fuck Nigga Free," and those are the same women who get pregnant by these so-called fuck niggas that they choosing to.
Yep.
Nut quick. That's the driving force in the black community. Nut quick. Lord have mercy. But that's all I got right now for the day though. You got any questions, anything?
Oh no, I don't have any questions. We touched on quite a few different things, and I feel like we're in agreement on a lot of different things. I got asked to be on another podcast next week, and but it's women, and I don't think they're not gonna like what I have to say. But we're gonna
Oh,
see how it goes.
they gonna say you a pick me. They gonna say you
Oh yeah.
lame. She throws. She a
They're
pick me
gonna say
chick.
I'm weak and all of that other stuff. But something that I've learned in my experience, especially being the woman that I am, there's nothing weak about being feminine. There's nothing weak about being woman. There's nothing weak about it. As a matter of fact, that is the strongest you could potentially be. Especially when you're in a relationship, because when you're dealing with a masculine man, it's not that he, it's not that he is weak. Excuse me. It's not that he's weak, but he's willing to do whatever for a feminine woman. For somebody that's going to be there as the woman of the house, oh, he'll give the world to her.
Right.
There's no doubt about that.
And nowadays that a man being masculine or a man that's taking on that role and really being a man in leadership in that they're saying that's toxic or whatever. They're just
Oh my
saying
God.
they're
That
saying
is
that
the
it's
most
toxic.
beautiful thing in the world to me. That is the most beautiful
When
thing
a
to
man
see.
ain't taking no bullshit and he ain't letting no woman run over him and use and abuse him, that's toxic now. He's standing up for himself. It's toxic. This is where we at right now in society right now, man.
Yeah. I mean, and
Oh,
honestly, one thing that I've also had to share, which I know I'm gonna end up having to share next week in this podcast, is that I don't lack confidence whatsoever. When you are submissive, when you take on the role as woman, that does not mean you lack confidence. It does not mean that you cannot properly say I know my value. It does not mean that in the dating process you don't look, this is who I am, this is what I have to offer. I'm gonna tell you, then I'm gonna show you, and then you make a decision. I can be very firm in that. I can be very confident in that because I walk in it daily. But it does not deteriorate any part of your confidence. It does not deteriorate any part of your womanhood. But for whatever reason, they feel like you're not confident. You're weak if you allow a man. No, I'm allowing him to stand the burden that takes off of me. That I don't have to carry the masculine role.
right,
Like you don't get that. You don't get tired. You don't get tired of trying to do everything. Oh, okay. That's crazy.
right.
It's
That's
crazy.
facts. That's what's sad and that's what's missing in the community. It's a disconnect because I think there's too many people to try to look in these entertainers' lives, these celebrities' lives, instead of living their own life and living their own truth. They so worried about
Agreed.
everybody else and putting on for social media and this facade that's going on. But I think that's what's going on. But I appreciate you though coming on, fam.
Oh, for sure. I appreciate you for having me.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.